Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we tell you how did Soviet election work. Elections in communist-ruled countries are consistent with the fundamental view of Marxism on human society. Despite the seemingly free will we possess, in every situation there is only one true choice, the one that best leads to ultimate abolition of private property and the triumph of communist justice. This way, in elections only the best of the best should be allowed to participate. And once they are picked by competent judges of merit and character, there's no need to question their choice at the ballot. Originally, this comes from Christianity. Just like Karl Marx was our prophet and the Communist Manifesto was the infallible symbol of true faith, the candidates anointed by the party became the only ones we could trust to represent us. Besides, the elections had at least 4 practical uses. The communist rulers needed a hard statistical proof that they were doing the right thing, the correct way, and that people were ecstatic about the progress we all were making. Compare that to the elections in the West. The winners there often can't even boast a 50% majority. Against the 90+% of support the winners get in communist elections, this looks like a joke. Elections are a crude, but very reliable way of taking the pulse of societies with amputated mechanisms of political feedback. The turnout becomes a gauge of your control. A low turnout is a sign of trouble. If you are a dictator, elections are a very good tool to take the stock of your servants' loyalty and competence. How smooth has been the electoral campaign? Have there been signs of disturbance in the run-up? How many loud was the propaganda noise? Have the formal rules been observed? The statistical dimension of elections gives to you as a ruler a scientific gauge for appraisal of your management crew. Elections in a totalitarian state is not about nondescript locales and yawn-inducing ballot forms to fill in. It's always a lot of patriotic noise in the media in the run-up. It's blaring music that can be heard several blocks around the vote stations. National colors and joyous posters plaster the facades. Free snacks and sugary drinks are dispensed to those who voted. Below, a selection of photos presents the recurring motif of Soviet elections as an exciting neighborhood celebration. People put on their best clothes, their faces are lit with patriotic enthusiasm. This is 1937, the pinnacle of the Great Purge. Stalin religiously observed the cardinal rule of totalitarian propaganda: the darker the hole, the merrier the music. This is how nomination of candidates happened in the USSR. Below, industrial workers at the brake factory in Yaroslavl, now Yaroslavl radio plant, endorse a list of candidates. On the banners, from left to right, Molotov, Zdechenov, Kaganovich, Yezhov. Below, school kids put up electoral posters with biographies of the candidates. The red neckties they are wearing denote that they are members in the Communist Organization of Young Pioneers. Students are heading for the voting station. The ribbon the girls are wearing says, "Vote for Bulganin." The banner behind Bulganin's portrait says, "Vote for candidates of the voting bloc of the communists and non-party members." There was a tradition to insert in the lists many names of loyalists who were not party members. An electoral street. Party in Tashkent, Central Asia. Colonists from the European part of the USSR hold portraits of Lazar Kaganovich and Mikhail Kalinin, the one on the left. The banner says, "We are proud to have the honor and joy to vote on December 12 for the indomitable fighter of the party Lazar Moiseyevich Kaganovich." The ballot forms to the lower-level bodies typically included names of several candidates. Voters would pick one and strike out the rest on the form. To the left, The candidates to the right, which worker collective nominated each of them. The higher-level candidates were typically alone on the list. The form below has only the name of Vyacheslav Molotov. It would be a huge humiliation to Soviet rule if the man were downvoted in the Moscow constituency number 3 bearing the man's own name. Below, another group of voters casting the ballot. The flags flanking Stalin's portrait are adorned with the Soviet coat of arms and the Marxist rally cry, "Proletarians of all countries, unite!" The texts at the bottom of the flags indicate that the one on the left is held by the best industrial factory and the right one by the best production unit at that factory.